Hello, Immortal News family, and welcome back to our channel. In the last 24 hours, we have received the somber news of the passing of extraordinary talents, and today's episode is dedicated to honoring their memory. Before we start, we kindly ask for your support. If this video or the legacies of these remarkable individuals have touched your life, please consider giving this video a thumbs up as a sign of respect and remembrance. Thank you. Number 6. I just try to bring truth to the character, Jonathan Joss once said when asked about his approach to acting. And that's exactly what he did, bringing heart, depth, and honesty to every role he touched. Jonathan Joss, a cherished Native American performer, passed away at 59. Known for his unforgettable voice and genuine spirit, he left behind a powerful legacy in both entertainment and cultural representation. He died on June 1st, following a tragic shooting during a dispute with a neighbor. The investigation remains ongoing. To many, he'll always be remembered as the voice of John Redcorn in the long-running animated series King of the Hill. With humor, soul, and quiet strength, he gave life to a character that connected deeply with fans. He also made his mark as Chief Ken Hotate on Parks and Recreation, bringing both comedy and dignity to a role that stood out in the popular sitcom. Born in San Antonio and proud of his Comanche and White Mountain Apache roots, Jonathan built a lasting career that spanned decades. He appeared in major films like True Grit, The Magnificent Seven, and The Forever Purge. He also brought his talents to the gaming world, lending voices to titles like Cyberpunk 2077 and Days Gone. But Jonathan wasn't only about acting. He was a musician too, performing with the Redcorn Band, a bluesy group inspired by the animated character he helped make famous. Off-screen, he mentored young artists and spoke proudly for Native voices in media. His kindness, sense of humor, and authenticity were felt by everyone he worked with. He faced heartbreak earlier in the year when a fire destroyed his home and claimed the lives of his 2 dogs. But through it all, he remained strong, grounded in the values that made him who he was. Tributes quickly poured in after his passing. One message read, "Jonathan brought authenticity and heart to every role he played. He will be deeply missed." He is survived by his wife Lori. Jonathan Joss leaves behind more than performances. He leaves a voice, a spirit, and a commitment to truth that will echo for years to come. Tributes to Jonathan Joss. Number 5. She wasn't just part of the scene. She lit it. Those were the words once used by a colleague to describe Joanne Gilbert, and they still ring true. With every role, she brought warmth, style, and quiet strength to the screen. Joanne Gilbert passed away peacefully in Los Angeles at the age of 92. She had been battling age-related complications, surrounded by the love of family and friends. A Chicago native and the daughter of legendary lyricist Ray Gilbert, Joanne was raised in the glow of Hollywood creativity. Though she began her career as a model in New York City, her path soon recentered in California, where her voice captivated audiences in nightclubs before the film world took notice. Her rise to fame began with standout performances in Red Garters, The Great Man, and The High Cost of Loving. In each film, Joanne brought sincerity and charisma that made her instantly relatable. Her screen presence was natural, inviting viewers into every moment. Television welcomed her too. She graced classic shows like Perry Mason, The Outer Limits, and Ben Casey, always adding depth and grace to every character. Her versatility in both comedy and drama, across stage and screen, earned her critical praise and an award nomination during her 13-year career. Joanne's life was steeped in the arts. As the stepdaughter of actress Janice Page and former spouse of screenwriter Danny Arnold and producer Edward L. Ricien, she remained close to the heart of the creative world. Yet behind the fame, she was known for being genuine, someone who uplifted others through kindness and professionalism. Tributes from former co-stars and fans have flooded in, honoring not only her artistic contributions but the loving, generous woman behind the performances. Though Joanne stepped away from the spotlight decades ago, her influence never dimmed. Her performances continued to inspire, her legacy strengthened by the stories she left behind and the people she touched. She is survived by members of her extended family, who carry forward her memory with pride and love. The entertainment world has lost a cherished voice, but Joanne Gilbert's spirit endures in film reels, family albums, and hearts around the world. Tributes to Joanne Gilbert. Number 4. An innovator, an entertainer, and an educator. That's how ESPN remembered him. To those who knew and admired him, John Brenkus was all that and more. A visionary who made science exciting and sports more meaningful. John passed away at the age of 54. He died peacefully, leaving behind a world he helped inspire. Many first met John through the groundbreaking show Sports Science. With his unique voice and infectious enthusiasm, he brought physics to the playing field. His work explained what once felt unexplainable: the hang time of a dunk, the force of a tackle, the reaction time of a pro quarterback. He made every inch, second, and movement count. Sports Science wasn't just a show. It became a language that fans, athletes, and coaches learned to speak. The series, which earned 6 Emmy Awards, merged entertainment with education like never before. John turned the invisible into the unforgettable, but his contributions didn't stop there. As the co-founder of Base Productions and creator of Brinks.tv, he kept pushing the boundaries of sports media. He was also a best-selling author. In The Perfection Point, he took readers deep into the edges of human potential, challenging us to rethink what we thought was impossible. John's passion was matched only by his heart. Colleagues often spoke of his generosity, energy, and drive to include others in his journey. Marcellus Wiley, former NFL star, offered a simple but sincere message after his passing. R.I.P., with a spoken prayer. Brenkus made science accessible. He made athletes curious. And he made fans smarter. He leaves behind a family in mourning and a global fan base forever grateful. His loved ones ask for privacy and encourage anyone struggling with depression to reach out and seek support. John Brenkus changed how we see sports, and he did it with joy, wonder, and a relentless drive to learn. His legacy lives on in every athlete's stat, every coach's strategy, and every kid who asked, "How does that work?" Tributes to John Brenkus. Number 3. Fred made the wonders of the sky accessible. His passion illuminated the world. With those words, a colleague captured the heart of Fred Espenach, a man who didn't just study the heavens, but helped us all understand them with awe and clarity. Known globally as Mr. Eclipse, Fred dedicated his life to unveiling the mysteries of the sun and moon. His NASA career began in 1978 and spanned over 3 unforgettable decades. He became the world's foremost expert in eclipse prediction, creating guides, bulletins, and resources that millions depended on. His work at NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center, especially with planetary atmospheres and infrared spectrometry, expanded our knowledge of the cosmos. But numbers and charts were only part of the story. Fred's eclipse expeditions, over 29 in total, took him across continents. He didn't just calculate solar eclipses, he captured their stunning beauty through photography, with some of his work featured worldwide, and even on a US postage stamp. Passionate about public outreach, Fred developed user-friendly websites like MrClips.com and EclipseWise.com. These platforms brought eclipse science into homes, schools, and communities, inspiring people of all ages to look up with wonder. His books, including the acclaimed 5 Millennium Canon of Solar Eclipses, became essential reading for anyone wanting to understand these celestial events. In 2003, the International Astronomical Union honored him by naming an asteroid after him, Warteen 120 Espanach, a fitting tribute for a man who spent his life among the stars. Fred passed away peacefully at the age of 71. His departure follows a life of purpose, curiosity, and a commitment to sharing celestial wonders with the world. He is survived by his wife, Patricia Totten, and by countless scientists, students, and stargazers he mentored and inspired. From classrooms to observatories, his influence lives on. More than an expert, Fred Espanach was a light in the sky for so many others. His gift was not only in the science he mastered, but in the joy he passed on through each eclipse, each photograph, each lecture. Tributes to Fred Espanach. Number 2, it is always dangerous to draw too sharp a distinction between the philosopher and the person. Alistair McIntyre wrote this years ago, but it echoed the way he lived, fusing thought, character, and community into one remarkable life. McIntyre, who passed away at 96, reshaped how we think about moral philosophy. His most iconic work, After Virtue, challenged generations to rediscover virtue ethics in a world increasingly fragmented by moral confusion. That bold call lit the way for countless scholars, students, and thinkers searching for meaning in tradition. Born in Scotland, McIntyre's philosophical path was anything but predictable. He journeyed through atheism, Marxism, and Anglicanism before embracing Roman Catholicism. His life mirrored his search for truth, unflinching, deeply reasoned, and intensely personal. He taught at some of the world's finest universities, from Oxford to Notre Dame. But his impact wasn't found only in lecture halls. It lived in his sharp wit, his integrity, and his belief that good philosophy begins with asking better questions. Students and colleagues recall his clarity of thought and signature blend of humility and challenge. Jennifer Newsom Martin described him as having alpine clarity. Robert George called him sui generis, truly one of a kind. Even in his 90s, McIntyre remained a vital force. He delivered keynote lectures well into his 90s. His voice carried not only across decades but deep into our moral imagination. He passed away peacefully, leaving behind his wife, philosopher Lynn Joy, and daughters Jean and Tony. Though he has left this world, the vision he offered, of ethics rooted in history, reason, and human community, remains alive and urgent. In the words of Patrick Denine, "A great light has gone out." But in truth, Alistair McIntyre's work ensured that many more would shine. Tributes to Alistair McIntyre. What's trending on the internet? News 1. Let's take a moment to appreciate the incredible strength of Katie Thirstston, the beloved 34-year-old former star of The Bachelorette. Katie has been candidly sharing her journey as she faces stage 4 breast cancer, and recently, she opened up about a new and challenging side effect: memory loss. Even as she navigates this difficult chapter, Katie's spirit remains unshaken. With her husband, comedian Jeff Arcuri, by her side, she's finding ways to laugh through life's hurdles, sharing moments of hope and humor with her fans. Katie's optimism about future medical advancements and her deep gratitude for Jeff's unwavering support shine through, reminding us all of the power of love and resilience. As Katie continues her fight with courage and honesty, she inspires countless others to face their own battles with hope, strength, and a touch of laughter. News 2. Here's some news that's sure to resonate with fans of timeless rock and roll. Rod Stewart, the legendary British singer who just turned 80, has had to unexpectedly reschedule his much-anticipated Las Vegas residency show at the Coliseum at Caesar's Palace. Just hours before he was set to take the stage, Sir Rod announced, ever so kindly to his loyal fans, that he simply wasn't feeling well enough to perform and that the show would now take place on June 10th. The good news is, if you have tickets, they'll be honored for the new date. Over his remarkable career, Rod has played the Coliseum more times than any other venue, making it a true home away from home. But don't worry, this isn't the end of the road. Rod Stewart is still slated to appear at the famous Glastonbury Festival later this month, and he'll be bringing plenty more music to audiences across North America as his tour continues through summer and into the fall. We wish Rod a swift recovery and celebrate his enduring energy and unforgettable musical legacy. Whether you're a lifelong fan or just humming along to Maggie May, one thing's for sure, the nights with Rod Stewart are never truly over. News 3. What an incredible outpouring of love we've seen for the Kaiser family in Chandler, Arizona. Emily Kaiser, a beloved mom and social media influencer, is known for sharing the everyday joys of family life with her husband Brady and their 2 young sons, Trig and Theodore. Recently, the Kaisers experienced the unimaginable loss of their 3-year-old son Trig, following a tragic accident in their backyard pool. In the days before his passing, Emily celebrated the simple moments of motherhood, snuggling with her boys, laughter around the breakfast table, and cherishing the bond between siblings. These glimpses into their home touched millions, reminding us all how precious each day truly is. Through this incredibly difficult time, the Kaiser family has received heartfelt support from around the country. Emily's brother and the entire family have asked for privacy as they grieve, holding tightly to the joyful memories of little Trig's bright spirit. As Emily continues to lift up her youngest, Theodore, she draws strength from the love and kindness surrounding her family. Trig's sweet smile and the happiness he brought to those around him will never be forgotten. May his memory inspire us all to cherish our loved ones a little more closely and honor the beauty of everyday moments together. News 4. The cause of death for celebrity hairstylist Jesus Guerrero has finally been revealed, nearly 4 months after his passing at the age of 34. The talented stylist, known for his work with Kylie Jenner, Jennifer Lopez, and other A-list celebrities, died from severe pneumonia in February. Medical examiners from Los Angeles County determined that Guerrero had a weakened immune system, which led to his contraction of pneumonia along with a fungal infection called Cryptococcosis neoformans. Despite feeling unwell since September 2024, Guerrero had continued his professional commitments, including international trips to Ireland, England, and the United Arab Emirates. Guerrero's family described his February passing as sudden and unexpected. His funeral, held on March 30th in his hometown of Houston, was attended by many of his celebrity clients, including Kylie Jenner and Jennifer Lopez. Katy Perry, unable to attend due to tour rehearsals, made sure to connect with his family during this difficult time. The hairstylist was remembered by his family as the brightest light who touched the hearts of everyone he met. Kylie Jenner, who shared her last photo with Guerrero just days before his passing, demonstrated her deep respect for him by covering the costs of transporting his body to Houston and paying for his funeral services. Jesus Guerrero's legacy lives on through his remarkable work in the beauty industry and the countless lives he touched with his bright spirit and artistic talent. His family, friends, and celebrity clients continue to honor his memory through heartfelt tributes celebrating his life and creative contributions. News 5. On the one-year anniversary of a heartbreaking tragedy, Cali Wright shared a poignant tribute to her son Levi, who passed away at just 3 years old. The Utah mother posted a touching message on Instagram, remembering how she held her little boy as he took his final breaths on June 2, 2024. "A year ago today we held you as you took your last breaths," Cali wrote alongside a photo of herself with Levi in his hospital bed. The young boy had been hospitalized after accidentally driving his toy tractor into a river while playing at the family's home in May 2024. After about 2 weeks in the hospital, Levi was taken off life support. In her emotional tribute, Cali recalled those final moments with her son. "They said it could take a day or two. I was so scared I wouldn't be holding you when you left, and that was so important to me. You stayed with us 17 minutes. She described feeling an overwhelming sense that they had done right by you as he passed. Levi, who was the son of Cali and rodeo star Spencer Wright, remains very much alive in his family's hearts. "For me, this isn't the day you fully left us, but the day it became official," Cali wrote. "We talk about and think of you every day. We live for you. Our love for you is stronger than ever." The Wright family continues to honor Levi's memory, finding strength in their enduring love for him and the precious moments they shared together during his too brief life. News 6. It's not every day that two of hip-hop's most iconic names, now in their 60s, wind up back in the headlines, this time from very different worlds. Marion Suge Knight, the legendary founder of Death Row Records, recently spoke out from prison after his name was mentioned over 50 times during the ongoing trial of Sean Diddy Combs in New York. Knight, currently serving a 28-year sentence, reflected on their notorious rivalry and the broader challenges within the music industry, expressing a hope that the truth would come out for all involved. Rather than focusing on old feuds, Suge Knight offered words of insight and understanding. He emphasized that the concerns about abuse and mistreatment in certain parts of the industry run deep and didn't start with any one individual. Knight said he believes that if Combs is to be held accountable, the spotlight should shine fairly on everyone responsible, so that real change can happen. He even sounded a note of sympathy, suggesting that many people in Combs' life may have failed him along the way. As the story continues to unfold, both men's legacies as music trailblazers remain secure. Knight's recent comments remind us of the power of truth, healing, and the impact of facing the past. Important lessons for any generation. And through it all, the sounds and stories they helped create live on, bridging generations and bringing people together. News 7. Sometimes, the most remarkable moments in sports come from the heart. On Saturday at the Women's College World Series in Oklahoma City, Texas Longhorns pitcher Tegan Cavan delivered one of the most inspiring performances of her young career, just hours after experiencing a heartbreaking loss. The 19-year-old sophomore took the mound against longtime rival Oklahoma, knowing her beloved grandmother had passed away earlier that morning. Holding nothing back, Tegan pitched a complete game, striking out 8 and leading Texas to a historic 4-2 victory, their first ever NCAA tournament win over Oklahoma in the storied Red River rivalry. Her grit, composure, and joy on the field became a beacon of hope for her teammates, who described her grandmother as family to them all. After the game, Tegan simply said, "I just wanted to have fun," putting life and softball in perspective. Her teammates rallied around her with love, dedicating the win to Tegan and her family, and sharing how much her courage meant to them. "She's my hero today," one teammate shared through tears. As the Longhorns advanced to the semifinals, Tegan's example reminds us all of the power of resilience, community, and honoring loved ones through our passion and perseverance. Her grandmother's spirit lives on in every pitch, every smile, and every moment of Texas pride. Number 1. There are stories you carry in your bones, Eva Borosovich once said. They wait for the right moment to speak. For over 3 decades, she gave voice to those quiet stories, crafting them into films, plays, and pages that moved people across Slovakia and beyond. Eva passed away at the age of 55, following a brief illness. Her departure leaves a deep silence in the creative world she helped shape. Born in Levis, Eva's love for storytelling began early. She studied directing and screenwriting in Bratislava, not just to master her craft but to share it. Even as a student, she was working with Slovak television, bringing stories to children with warmth and joy. Her breakout film, Blue Heaven, earned acclaim at the Karlovy Vary Film Festival. That success set the tone for a career defined by bold choices and heartfelt narratives. She captivated audiences with films like Amalka, Jasaz Blaznim and Truth or Dare, and later brought the Slovak legend Janušik to life in a powerful international production. Eva's talents reached beyond the screen. Her plays, like Stefanik, The Eclipsed Sun, and her books charmed and challenged readers. She was equally passionate about teaching, guiding young creators at the Academy of Performing Arts with patience, wisdom, and generosity. She believed in storytelling not as fame, but as connection. Her characters were honest, human, and flawed. Her writing trusted the audience to feel deeply, and they did. Actress Zuzana Moreri said, "Eva never told you what to think. She made you feel what it was like to be someone else. That was her gift." She was a mother, a mentor, and a force of creativity. She taught her students to take risks, to speak truth, and to care for their characters as they would for friends. Though her physical presence is gone, Eva's voice lives on. In her films, in her plays, in her students and the stories yet to be told. Tributes to Eva Borosovich. His presence lifted every scene and every room, one former castmate said. With Devon, you didn't just act,